Now.
On 105.9 FM and streaming worldwide on the WMAL app.
O'Connor and Company.
It's 8:07 on O'Connor and Company. Thanks for joining us here as we kick off our 8 o'clock hour. If you missed any part of the program up until now, well, you're missing out. But you can redeem yourself. Just subscribe to the podcast, download those episodes, segments, and hear them for yourself. I'm Larry O'Connor alongside Patrice Onwuka. Good morning, Patrice.
Good morning.
Always good to have you joining us right now. He is the governor of the Commonwealth of Virginia. He hears this music and he wants to start throwing basketballs out into the crowd. He, of course, is Governor Glenn Youngkin. Governor Youngkin, we had a wine tasting of the Larry Wine Club last night in Falls Church at the wine outlets, and great Virginians were there. We featured nothing but Virginia wine, you'll be happy to know. So I am continuing to uphold my duties as your ambassador.
Well, good morning, and Larry, thank you for that. And Patrice, good morning to you as well. And, you know, Larry, Charlottesville was named Wine Region of the Year in the entire world.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so you had great wines last night, I am sure, from all over the Commonwealth, because the wine industry is soaring. And thank you for your support, Mr. Ambassador.
You're very welcome, sir. And I'll tell you, a lot of the Virginians who were there last night, I told them we were going to have you on the program today, and they said, well, extend congratulations to the governor on the budget. What about our property taxes? That's pretty much what they said, Governor.
Well, you know, first of all, I was pleased to sign the budget earlier this week after an extended period of negotiation. Listen, I had $1 billion of tax relief in my introduced budget. The Democrats came back with $2.6 billion of tax increases. And I said, I'm not signing that budget. I just won't do it. And I was really pleased that we were able to sign a budget that had no tax increases in it. And we were still able to fund record investments into education and law enforcement and behavioral health. And Larry, it's a good answer. The reality, of course, is that the Virginia economy is really soaring. We have more people working than ever in the history of the Commonwealth, record job growth. And when you have record job growth and record corporate and both small and large business investment, you have record receipts at the state level. And I've been telling everybody since the day I started my campaign that there's plenty of money in the system in Virginia. We can reduce taxes. We were able to provide $5 billion of tax relief the last 2 years and still have these record investments, which drive further economic expansion. Listen, the model works. It's working for Virginians. I look forward to continuing to champion economic growth, job growth, so that, yes, we can invest in most important things. And I'm going to continue to fight to reduce taxes. Listen, we have split government in Virginia. I want to reduce taxes. The Democrats want to raise taxes. And I'm going to continue to stand up for your pocketbook.
Well, Governor, you know, this budget demonstrates bipartisan compromise, right? Because you didn't get everything you wanted, but they also didn't get everything they wanted. You highlighted some different areas, but in the area of education, is there some highlight about, you know, that demonstrates that's bipartisan compromise that maybe the Democrats can say, yeah, this was a win, and certainly conservatives will say that's a good one too.
Yeah, we were able to work across a number of really important, I would call them shared priorities. Listen, we're continuing to increase teacher pay. It's really important. And we had 12% increases the last 2 years cumulatively. And this provides another 6% set of increases for the next 2 years. It gets teacher pay not just through the national average, but above the national average. We worked hard to provide child care for working families. This is a really important program that gives parents choice on where they want to choose for their child to receive their child care. It empowers parents. It's been at the heart of our agenda. And then finally, yes, we're going to have record investment in our schools. And listen, we've worked hard to raise expectations of excellence in our schools, to reestablish the idea that our kids can absolutely outperform. We should not lower expectations. We should raise them. I've been really pleased with the work that our Department of Education and our state school board have been doing to overhaul the way that accreditation works and to revise our standards in our core curriculum in order to raise expectations so that our kids can thrive and compete in this most competitive world and take the jobs in this economy that we've built in Virginia that offer amazing, amazing careers and a life in Virginia. Stay here, work here, because it's the best place to live, work, and raise a family.
Well, and I also think, Governor, your State Department of Education is doing a good job of reevaluating some of the odious messages that have been put into the curriculum that we see now manifest on college campuses. You know, these college kids who were protesting against Israel in such a vile, ugly way, they didn't just, that didn't happen by accident. They went through public school systems, sadly, and learned a lot of this. Other governors, they seemed really torn and didn't know what to do about these unlawful and hateful protests. You didn't seem to hesitate. Tell me about your thought process that went into basically nipping these in the bud at VCU and at University of Virginia.
Yeah, well, first of all, Larry, if I can, we inserted requirements and standards in our history and civics curriculum with regards to learning about the Holocaust. And I want every one of Virginia's kids to understand the horrific extermination efforts that were the Holocaust. And the problem we have today is we have a whole bunch of folks in college who don't understand that.
Governor, I'm sorry. It's shocking to me that you had to do that wasn't already a given and a baseline in history.
I know. Well, that's why we had to go to work as soon as we got into office. And on day one, we committed to doing it and we delivered it. And I'm excited about the rollout of these standards across Virginia. But Larry, let me just be clear. When the protests and the encampments were showing up in other places in the United States, and we saw the takeover of Columbia, I worked immediately with our great Attorney General, Jason Miyares, college presidents, law enforcement, and we just made it very, very clear that we were not going to allow encampments. We were not going to allow the disruption and intimidation of students, particularly Jewish students, the hate speech and the anti-Semitism that we were seeing other places. We were just going to be very quick and swift in dealing with it. And the other reality is that, this is not 20 co-eds having a candlelight vigil at night. Yeah. The outside influences are well organized. There's outside funding. Yeah. They're training the students on how to combat police. There are many, many outside elements on campus, and we just can't let that happen. And so I'm very, very proud of the work that has been done and that swift action on behalf of campus police, local police, and state police to make sure that we don't have those problems in Virginia.
Very good. So, Governor, obviously the election looms heavily over everybody right now, and we'd love to know, do you plan on doing some campaigning leading up to the election?
Glenn Youngkin loves the campaign trail. I've seen him in action.
Well, I mean, you're great on the road, and particularly once the nominations have been secured on the Republican side, will we see you out and about beyond just Virginia?
Well, the short answer is I will be campaigning. And let's be clear, Virginia is in play.
Yes.
And what has been demonstrated in Virginia for the last 2.5 years is that common sense conservative policies work. It's amazing when you can build a rip-roaring economy with record jobs and you back the blue and enforce the laws. You work hard to combat the illegal drug flow that has come across an unsecure border and turned every state into a border state. And we can, in fact, stand up for parents and stand up for excellence in education. It works. And Virginians like it. And all of a sudden, Virginia is in play this year. And I look forward to campaigning so that we can get strength back in the White House with Donald Trump and we can retire Joe Biden, finally. I mean, listen, he has been incredibly weak. He's unleashed chaos at the border. Mm-hmm. He's unleashed chaos in our economy, and he's unleashed chaos around the world simply by being weak, and we need strength. We've got some really important elections in Virginia. We have got to extend our majority in the House of Representatives. That means we must reelect Jen Kiggins down in the 2nd. We've got to win the 7th. That is an open seat, and we should work like crazy to nominate a great candidate and then go win that seat.
And the 10th.
Let me tell you, the 10th. Yeah. And the 10th is always going to be incredibly competitive because Loudoun County is at the core of that seat, and Loudoun County has been literally the epicenter, ground zero of the parents' rights movement for the entire country.
Yes.
And so we're gonna go to work. I really believe that the clear message that common sense conservative policies not only win, but they work. They work for Virginians. They'll work for our nation. And I think it's going to be a great election season. I'm going to really look forward to participating with full enthusiasm.
Governor Youngkin, wouldn't it be even more effective for you to deliver Virginia for President Trump if you were his running mate?
Larry, that is such a kind comment. I am humbled. There are so many people who would be fabulous running mates.
Yeah, but not governors of swing states. You're the only one that I can see.
Well, again, I'm humbled. You know, whenever my name is mentioned, I'm just honored. I'm new at this, and have been governor for a couple years and see what we've been able to accomplish has been really encouraging. And so, as I said, I look forward to winning Virginia, and we're gonna work hard to do that because Virginia is absolutely in play.
It also sounds like you're open to a conversation about it. Am I wrong in gleaning that?
I have said very clearly that when I endorsed President Trump that I was going to work enthusiastically for him to win. We must defeat Joe Biden.
Well,
and we all know this. And the crazy thing is, you know, the amazing thing is, and you guys saw this week, finally, after literally trying to avoid any debates, Joe Biden now sees poll after poll after poll after poll that he is losing in all the swing states. And all of a sudden he agrees with the most limited structure possible to a couple debates. And he refuses to come debate at Virginia State University, one of our great universities and one of our historically black colleges and universities. It would have been historic for a presidential debate to be there. And that is an amazing snub of a great school at Virginia State and the Commonwealth of Virginia. And I just think that that's something that Virginians should notice. Joe Biden doesn't want to come here. Joe Biden doesn't want to actually try to defend his record here because in all reality, his record is indefensible. His policies have failed, and he doesn't want to have to stand up and try to defend it.
Yep.
Governor Glenn Youngkin of the Commonwealth of Virginia, please give our best to the fine First Lady of Virginia as well.
I will. She is working hard, too. And God bless you all. Thanks for having me this morning.
Thank you,
Thank you,
let's
Governor.
get work. Let's get to work.
It is 8:19. We are a little over here, but I think it was worth it
It
to
was. Speak with the
to
governor.
hear that from the governor. Yeah, that was not a not interested. That was not a, oh, no, I have bigger things to do here. I don't.
Only hear
was,
it here, folks.
He left
You
the
hear
door
it here.
wide open. That is degrees tonight. Cloudy, showers, thunderstorm. Low of 59. Tomorrow, rain on Saturday with a high of 64. Sunday, cloudy, maybe some showers with a high of 68. And then Monday will be sunny with a high of 74. Right now, it is 67 degrees at 8:20.
WMAL.
Making sense of the news.
Live.
From the Home Paramount Pest Control Studios.
Home Paramount, the leader in pest control since 1939. Weeknights with Mark Levin, 6 to 9 p.m.
On News Talk 105.9 WMAL. Making sense of the news.